I get how great the food is in Thailand. And there's nothing that I like more than going to places on the outskirts of Bangkok or the villages in the countryside and having walks around and stopping at every street vendor and trying all the local food. But I am from Virginia, and there's absolutely nothing that will stop me from starting my day with a proper diner breakfast. And this is absolutely how we had to start today in Nonthaburi.
I'm live in a Wisconsin. Long time, yeah, long time. The first we go, right, we not go to be the cooking, okay? The first we start to wash the dish. After that, we be the busboy. And after this, we are go to help the kitchen. My boss, they open like a cafe, right? They have the breakfast 22 hours. Everything cost is same like the menu. We copy from them come. You know, when we eat, we try, everything is same like we working in a Wisconsin. Most you know, my customer in the ISB and the Nishida, they said, good, you know, like the homemade.
There are days when everything just breaks your way. Like finding a golf cart rental place in Nonthaburi on a blazing hot summer day while we're walking around with heavy camera gear. Maybe they were confused by the sight of us, but nobody even asked my name. No ID was checked or deposit taken. $14 later, I guess we owned the thing. It turns out that this is not a feature of rural Thailand. It's more like a service for employees of a massive international school nearby, which also explains the street of foreign restaurants and the fact that while we were at the diner, 2 high school girls rocked up driving a golf cart. Anyway, this is Nonthaburi, and we were on the road, heading to the first place we always try to find somewhere new, the wet market. I should probably use this chance to explain a little bit about Nonthaburi. The oversimplification is that it's the province wedged between the national capital, Bangkok, and the old imperial capital, Ayutthaya. It's a place known for agriculture, home of Thailand's biggest durian farms. Although since the Bangkok subway expanded into the district, the population has grown to more than 300,000 people. The province is cut in two by the Chao Phraya River, and it's this river that brought economic prosperity to the region throughout modern history. It's also the river that's inspired many of the best-loved local dishes, as places here specialize in frog, river fish, and of course, boat noodles. Boat noodles got their name because in the old imperial days of Bangkok, when all the commerce was done on the river, there were vendors who used to ride their sampans around, and when the merchants and vendors were on their boats doing their afternoon work, the boat vendors would literally paddle up to the business people and sell them bowls of noodles. Typically, boat noodles are actually sold in very small portions in a big bowl. And the reason is because that way on the boats, it wouldn't tip over. You don't usually have one bowl of boat noodles. You'll see people with stacks of 6 or 7 of them. Inland now, they're typically served in a slightly bigger format, and that's what we have here. At their core, boat noodles are essentially rice noodles served in a broth of either beef or pork with herbs and spices and a little bit of chili. But the main component to boat noodles that makes them different from other kinds of noodles served in Thailand is that they're actually thickened with blood. So it's something that is a bit of an acquired taste for foreigners when they arrive in Thailand, but it's absolutely one of the most iconic dishes served, and it's one of the only dishes that traces its origin to the Bangkok region. A lot of the food that's now classic Thai food comes from the south, like the curries, which are influenced by Malaysia and India, or from the north, which is Isan food in that great region with southern China and Laos and northern Vietnam. But boat noodles are a quintessentially Bangkok dish And we're at a place called Queen of Boat Noodles here in Nonthaburi. And that's one of the most famous and iconic and oldest places. And I'm about to dive into a bowl of beef noodles here at Queen of Boat Noodles.
ก็เราคิดว่าสูตรของเราเด็ดกว่าของคนอื่นตอนแรกก็คิดลองคือว่างๆก็ลองทำเล่นดูว่าตอนนี้มันเกิดขายดีขึ้นมาก็เลยทำมาเรื่อยๆส่วนใหญ่ลูกค้าที่นี่นะกินตั้งแต่เด็กมาเลยเนี่ยทุกวันนี้ก็ยังกินอยู่ส่วนใหญ่นะคะเขาก็จะพูดว่าของพี่เนี่ยรสชาติไม่เหมือนของคนอื่นเขาบอกรสชาติไม่เหมือนคนอื่นทั้งน้ำแกงทั้งคือเราใช้ของดีอะค่ะเราเน้นของดีเขาบอกไปกินที่ไหนก็ไม่เหมือนที่นี่
All right, so Queen of Boat Noodles. It's so good. The blood really gives it such an earthiness, and it separates it from other kinds of beef noodles, along with the chili and the fresh herbs, and there's a little bit of citrus and onion, and it's just absolutely awesome. Yeah, this is about as good a version of this as it gets. Anywhere in the world, if you look hard enough, you can find people making traditional food in traditional ways, serving dishes passed from generation to generation. But even in a place like Nonthaburi, you'll also find young people taking those traditional recipes and making them their own, elevating their grandparents' cuisine in ways exciting and, as a chef, inspiring. Akkee is one of those places. Owned by two young Thai brothers, Akkee is just off the highway in Nonthaburi. And to be honest, we just stopped in for a beer. We had no idea what we'd walked into, but that's the magic of Thailand. Any roadside stop could be one of the best meals of your life. So what we ordered, which is about to come out, is one of my favorite Thai dishes. It's hung lei curry, which is pretty hard to find in Bangkok. It comes from northwest Thailand near the Burma border. Traditionally, it's an earthy pork belly curry. The chef recommended it to us. It's their special for the day today, and it's made with buffalo and young mangosteen, and I've never tried anything like that before in a curry form. So we're really excited for that. But they insisted that we have their take on some imperial Thai appetizers first. I'm not going to say no. But the most important thing after a hot day, driving around in a golf cart in the hot Bangkok sun, is to start with a pint of a local IPA. So Dan, I appreciate you being along for the ride today, and what an awesome day here in Nonthaburi.
Very happy I could be here.
I've always been saying forever that that's a betel leaf, right? Like the betel nut, you know, what you have in China or in Burma, the betel nut. Apparently it's not. That's called wild betel. It's a different plant. I got yelled at about that last week for getting that wrong. So that's wild betel leaf, not betel leaf, and apparently they're slightly different. So anyway, lesson learned. All right, let's give this a go. Dude, that is so good. Honestly, what I like about this the most is that it's not gimmicky. It doesn't feel like something that's made for, hey, we're doing something interesting. That is very much hung lei curry. It's got like all the right notes of hung lei, but the buffalo is just a little bit more lean, which is nice because the pork tends to be kind of fall apart in the curry, but this really holds its integrity. There's a nice, I expected the mangosteen to be a little bit more, I've never had young mangosteen before, and I expected that to be a little bit more kind of melt in your mouth, the way that yeah, exactly. But it's not, it's these nice little pops, right, of this sort of,
A little bit of crunch.
yeah, semi-ripe kind of unsweet fruit. That's awesome. This is a great use of ingredients to actually make a dish better, not just different. love to tell you about what we're eating. I have no idea what we're eating, but it's really good. All right, name 3 ingredients. Ice is an easy one.
Kind of tastes like Fruit Loops.
Yeah, it's probably Fruit Loops. Yeah. The rain was coming and we couldn't eat anymore, so it was time to head home, stuffed and satiated, and planning our next trip to the outskirts of Bangkok, where the only thing that matters is that we find great food, meet good people, and probably rent a golf cart, because honestly, I have no idea how I ever got around without one. Subscribe for more from OTR.
Like just hanging off the back. All right, guys.